Good morning to one and all present here. I am Lokeshwari N, Assistant Professor, Department of Information Technology. Today we are going to discuss the topic about interaction diagrams in object-oriented analysis and design. What is interaction diagram? Interaction diagram is a part of dynamic behavior of your system. It contains two types. One is sequence diagram and another one is collaboration diagram. Sequence diagram, it emphasizes on-time sequence of messages, and collaboration diagram emphasis on the structural organization of the object that send and receive the messages. A set of messages that are interchanged between the entities to achieve the certain specified task in the system is termed as interaction. What is the purpose of interaction diagram? Following are the purpose of interaction diagram: to visualize the dynamic behavior of the system and to envision the interaction and the message flow in the system, to portray the structural aspects of entities within the system, and it is used to represent the order of the sequenced interaction in the system. Uses of an interaction diagram. The sequence diagram is employed to investigate a new application, and also it explores and compares the use of collaboration diagram, sequence diagram and the timing diagram. The interaction diagram represents the interactive behavior of the system. The sequence diagram portrays the order of control flow from one element to the other element inside the system. What are the purpose of interaction diagram? Following are the purpose of the interaction diagram, which is used to visualize the dynamic behavior of the system and to envision the interactions and the message flow within the system, to represent the order of sequenced interaction in the system, and the interaction diagram, which is used to visualize the data and represents the architecture of object-oriented system. Then we are going to see how to draw the interaction diagram. We need to follow the 4 steps to draw the interaction diagram. One is object taking part in the interaction, and then second flows among the messages. What are the messages will involve in the object, and third thing, the sequence in which the message are flowing, and the fourth one is object organization. Now we will see about the sequence diagram. In this sequence diagram, we are going to see what is sequence diagram and what are the notations are used in the sequence diagram and examples. In sequence diagram which describes the flow of message, events, actions between the object. It is also termed as event diagram. It shows the time sequence that are not easily depicted in other diagrams. What are the notations are used in sequence diagram? One is participant and another one is messages, and then activation symbol also we are using in this. Participant is nothing but the user, that is nothing but your object. And then coming to the message, it communication between the participant objects and access in the sequence diagram. It can be termed in 2 ways. One is horizontal and another one is vertical. And then lifeline. It is an important part in your sequence diagram. And lifeline is nothing but an individual participant in the sequence diagram is represented by a lifeline. It is positioned at the top of the diagram. And coming to the actor. Actor is nothing but the user or object. Then activation symbol. Activation symbol, it is used to get the message and send the message. Then coming to the messages depict the interaction between the object and are represented by the arrows. They are in the sequential order on the lifeline. Then following are the types of messages. One is call message and another one is return message, third one is self message, and fourth one is destroy message. We will see about the call message. Call message, it defines the particular communication between the lifeline of an interaction. This is a symbol for representing the call message. And return message, it defines a particular communication between the lifelines of the interaction that represents the flow of information from the receiver. After that, self-message. Self-message, it describes a communication particularly between the lifelines of an interaction that represents the message of the same lifeline. It has been invoked. And then recursive message. A self-message sent for recursive purpose, it is called as recursive message. And then sequence fragment. Sequence fragment is also one of the important concept in your sequence diagram. It can be represented by box. It's called as combined fragment. It encloses a part of interaction inside the sequence diagram. And what are the fragments are used in sequence diagram means one is alt. Alt is nothing but alternative multiple fragments, and second one is optional fragment, third one is parallel fragment, loop fragment, and then region fragment, then negative fragment. These are all the fragments we are using in the sequence diagram. For example, by using the fragments, we have constructed one diagram. This is about your online bookshop. Here, as a user, I am going to search book through the login. Then I will search the books, what are the books are available, and what author I am going to search. The details will be, I will enter in the search item. Then it will, in this diagram, loop indicates I am going to search the books. If it is not available, I will search for another author for the same particular subject. So it will be continuously we are searching. If one book is not available, we are searching for the another book. That's why that we are indicating as a loop. And then coming to the optional. Optional fragment is nothing but if I am searching for the particular author. That particular author is not available means I will go for the next author. That is called as optional fragment. This is an example diagram for sequence diagram. For example, we can make a phone call. Here we are taking the act as a caller, phone and recipient. Here I am going to make a call to the particular user. Then dial tone will receive the dial tone, and after that particular user will pick up the call. Then these two users and me and my friend are communicating. The sequence will be mentioned in the flow. We are taking the ATM application. Generally we will go for the ATM, we will take the amount. What are the actions we are going to do there means one customer and another one is the ATM, and then both database will be maintained by the account. Here as a customer me, I am going to insert the code in ATM. Then the ATM will request a PIN number, then I will enter the PIN, then PIN will be verified by the database. If PIN is OK means it will ask you to the next process. If PIN is not OK means it will tell you to re-enter your PIN. Then request option will be, if PIN is OK, the request options will be available in your screen. Then the customer will choose the options, or the options are what are the options they have entered. If suppose they want to withdraw the amount means they will select the withdraw option. In that they will choose the account, whether it is a current account or saving account, they will choose the account. After that they will enter the amount, how much they want to withdraw. Then if the cash is available in your account means you will get the cash. At the time of waiting period, the ATM will show on the screen your transaction is processing. Then after that you will receive the cash. Then thank you message will be indicated by your database. Another one example for the sequence diagram is a sequence diagram for emotion based music player. Here emotion based music player means the user will log on into the application, then that application will detect the face of that user. Then after detecting the face, it will show the mood of that particular user. Based on that user mood, the songs will be chosen and then the songs will be played. What are the benefits of sequence diagram means? It explores the real-time applications and it depicts the message flow between the different objects, and it has a easy maintenance, and also it is easy to generate the codes. It will run on both forward and reverse engineering process. If any changes you want to add in your sequence diagram means that is also one of the easy concept in your sequence diagram. Then drawback of sequence diagram. In this case, too many lifelines, the sequence diagram can get more complex. If means we are adding the users and lifelines also extras means there we will get the confusion, and then the incorrect results may produce the in order of the flow of message changes. Then the flow of messages communications will be changed. Then what is collaboration diagram? It is also known as communication diagram, illustration of the relationship and interactions among the software object in a UML. UML is nothing but your unified modeling language. Collaboration diagram used to show the relationship between the object in a system. It represents the same information but differently. What are the notations we are used in collaboration diagrams? Means one is object and another one is actor, third one is links, and then message. Based on the system what we are taking, the flow of messages will change. This is an example notation for your collaboration diagram. What are the steps for creating a collaboration diagrams? Means we need to follow the 3 steps. One is determine the behavior for which the realization and implementations are specified. And second thing, we need to discover the structural elements that are class, roles, objects and subsystems for performing the functionality of collaboration. And third thing, through based on the communication process, we need to fix the flow. For example, here I have mentioned one diagram. This is based on the train ticket reservation process. And then what are the benefits of collaboration diagram? The collaboration diagram is also known as communication diagram. It mainly puts emphasis on the structural aspects of an interaction diagram, that is how lifelines are connected, and the message transmitted over sequencing is represented by numbering each individual messages. Then the next thing is the collaboration diagram is systematically weak in comparison to the sequence diagram. And coming to the drawback of collaboration diagram, multiple objects residing in the system. It can make a complex collaboration diagram as it becomes quite hard to explore the object, and it is a time consuming diagram. After the program terminates, the object is also destroyed. As the object state changes, it becomes difficult to keep an eye on every single that has occurred inside the object of the system. When we are using this collaboration diagram means to model the collaboration among the objects or roles that carry the functionality of the use cases and the operations. Then to model the mechanism inside the architectural design of the system, and to support the identifications of objects participating in the use case. In these cases we are following the collaboration diagram. Thank you.